Hey, this is a big day for my dad. He's been inducted into the Golfers Hall of Fame here in PineHurst. This beautiful hotel they have, Carolina Hotel. It reminds me of the park, Estes Park, that Stephen King wrote The Shining from. Has that kind of a big feeling about it. Everybody's supposed to be wearing suits, I figured, so I wore my traditional, black outfit, whatever. Everybody's there is wearing t-shirts and shorts and stuff, so I hope I'm not overdressed and look like I'm going to a mortuary or something with all these pastel colors around here. It's like Gothic meets Easter or something like that. My dad will be here in about 15 minutes now. Everything's real private around here. They don't like things videotaped in some areas, so I want to keep a low profile. This is where Dad's plaque's going to be.
These are all the people we've elected over the years.
Oh, okay.
So his picture's going to be up here.
And I want you to know that I have covered the induction of every one of these people over the years. Every one of them.
Wow.
I was president of the Carolina Golf Hall of Fame the year we started this thing.
Really? Wow.
I see an opening.
It's just one.
How many riders do they have in this group? 4? And this covered,
I'm the 4th one.
and this is like for the whole country and for the whole history of golf?
North and South Carolina.
North, South Carolina, okay.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to people that have been dead 50 years.
There's
Wow.
Ron Green. You're probably going on top of him.
What?
You're probably going on top of Ron Green.
I wish they had it up there already.
They can't have it up there, they got him out front.
How about that?
That's true.
Well, just do your head like,
This,
do your head like this so we get an idea what it'll look like.
that's George Thompson, the guy
That's
who
what
was
you
the
need.
case for.
Oh, okay. Go with the Greensky.
Yeah, there's Dan Naples.
I know Dan.
My grandchild broke my chain.
Oh, no.
Julius Burris, my first interview in golf.
That's all in Palmer. And sit back, I remember when you did his induction.
I like that
Daddy.
picture.
Where's
It's a
Raymond?
neat picture.
That's a good
He's over
picture,
here.
too.
Oh, okay. I knew he was there.
Okay.
And that's it.
You're probably going to his way.
What was the one's name who died in the plane accident?
What? Oh, yeah, Payne Stewart.
Yeah, Payne Stewart, yeah.
Payne Stewart.
Is he on here?
No, this is just for
Okay.
Carolina. You have
Okay.
to accomplish whatever. You have either be a Carolina native, or South Carolina, or North Carolina,
Okay.
or most of what you accomplish has to be in, well, a lot of what you accomplished anyway has to be in
Okay.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
Well, stand over there, Daddy, so I can get a picture of where you got
I
it.
told him he needs to stand on his toes so he'll get an idea what it looks like there. The head. There you go.
Hold on, it takes me a while. I don't have one of these high ones.
Oh boy. Okay. That's funny.
John, can you send that to me?
If I can figure.
Wow, this place is awesome.
I made a birdie today. Yes. No, but don't let me forget it. I hope so. I'll see you again.
Hey, Henry.
Sorry I missed you today. Sorry I missed you today, Howard.
You missed me when?
At the course.
Oh.
Triangle golf today. Despite our wranglings, I will tell you all when I fell in love with Howard Ward. Sorry, Dick, Jeanette, it's true. It was the very first time I played golf with Mr. Ward. We were at the Farmstead course just north of Myrtle Beach. We were about midway through the round, and I was lying to just off the green, maybe 3 feet off the fringe, and I sculled the beauty, raced it by the hole, and it went down the embankment on the other side. Howard stood there in that hideous hat, looked at the ball, looked at me, and with that deadpan that he's known so well for, he said, "I was pretty sure you could get it on the green from there." I've been laughing ever since, loving that. And without further delay, here is my other not-so-secret crush, Bill Hensley.
His illustrious 54-year career has been marked with excellence. And we honor him tonight for his distinguished service to golf in the Carolinas. The voters made an outstanding choice and a very appropriate choice. But the real winner was the game of golf. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce a very, very special friend, Art.
Hope y'all don't mind if I read this. I wrote it. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Bill, for that ringing endorsement. Nobody in our business has ever really been roasted or toasted as it's been done by Bill Henry. Congratulations to Scott and Larry. You're both very deserved. Frankly, I'm a little confused at the moment about the reason for me being up here. This is the 5th time I've been on the podium for the Hall of Fame induction, but the other 4 times was to introduce inductees. First of all, I'm still trying to figure out how this happened. I've never accomplished anything in golf to merit something like this. The only thing I've ever done was to chronicle the accomplishments of others. But I've been doing that for a long time, so I guess this is proof that longevity does count for something. If just being there while others achieve greatness makes me worthy, that I'm going in with pride. Not only am I joining a group of great names among golfers, but I'm also joining the short list of journalists and broadcasters who have been honored by this group. Being listed with names such as John Durr, Irwin Smallwood, Ron Green Sr., and Ad Penfield Sr. definitely makes me proud. The first thing I have to do is to thank some people who have been more than instrumental in me being awarded this honor. And believe me, it is an honor. One that I never once thought I would ever receive. First, there's my wife, Jeanette, perhaps better known to many of my column readers as a BW. As I've had to explain many times, BW stands for Beautiful Wife. And she has been that in so many ways that I'll never be able to thank her enough. Thank you, sweetheart. Although I did have to convince you that BW didn't stand for bitchy wife. Lord knows that without your help in keeping me and that darn Dell computer on the same page, literally, I couldn't even hold down a job. My son Stephen is here tonight, and our 2 daughters, Janine and Dawn. They all heard a little golf talk while they were growing up. Write articles about the game and wanted to happen under those circumstances. I owe a huge thank you to Nat Walker, the man who for some reason thought enough of my work to nominate me for this honor. Thank you, Nat. There are a lot of old friends here tonight that I would never have even met if not for the game of golf. The Gates 4 Games, which is largely responsible for me being forever pro. Represented, there's Washer, Bubba, Sea-Dog, Boss Hall, Perk, Happy, Jack the Lipper, and a couple other guys who helped keep my career earnings at a deficit. Jim Johnson and Bobby Evans, who permission, so that. The most memorable experience I've had in golf was the 1976 Masters, won by Raymond Floyd of Fayetteville. I had watched Raymond grow up and was friends with his father, L.B. That was special. I do have to tell you one story about our relationship with Raymond. Raymond had been stunned a few times by reporters and was a little gun shy by the time I began dogging him at PGA Tour events in the early 1970s. You might say he was a reluctant interview. Some reporters simply shied away from Raymond during those tough years, but I had no choice. I had to do a piece on him after every round for the hometown public. This happened after a round in one of the PGA events here at PineHurst. Raymond wasn't in contention, so they weren't bringing him to the media tent. So I picked him up coming off the 18th green and walked with him to the locker room. He changed shoes and be furiously taking notes, then got up and went to the men's room. I was right there, asking questions and jotting down his comments. He heads to the parking lot and I'm keeping pace, trying my best to keep up with what he's saying. He reaches his courtesy car, gets inside, starts the engine and begins pulling out of the lock. I'm jogging alongside the car. He reaches the exit, slows to check traffic, and asks, "Need anything else?" as he pulled away. My old buddy Jim Pettit, who had watched the incident, said, "Dang, I can't believe you went through all that." Heck, I said, "I'm just thinking they rolled the windows down." And then Jim, who was working for the High Point Enterprise at the time, asked, "Did you get a couple of quotes I can use?" That 1991 Ryder Cup has to rank right up there with anything I ever covered. Floyd and Chip Beck, both Fayetteville natives, were prominent members of the U.S. team, and that made it unbelievably exciting. I've covered more county amateur championships, both the men and women, for the past 13 years. And watching Patty Moore dominate as she won a record 6 times has been awesome. I love watching the man in the hat, Paul Simpson, dominate amateur golf in the Carolinas. I began covering the North and South Amateur Championship here at PineHurst in the 1970s, and I take full credit for both Curtis Strange and Gary Hallward of Lake Forest winning back-to-back titles. I would take credit for Paul's 2 wins too, but he didn't need any help. I watched our own Jack Fields, whom I've seen mature from a scrawny little kid into one of the best amateur players in the country, win the North and South a few weeks ago, and the feeling that comes from something like that makes all the work worthwhile. In fact, I'm not sure it has been work. As my late mother-in-law, Jewel Copeland, once told me, "You're the only person I've ever known who makes his living doing his hobby." Thank you all for being here tonight. And if I really have ever accomplished anything to make this honor deserved, it's because of wonderful people like you. Thank you.